LiberalViewer presents.
So I've been watching the White House Correspondents Dinner since at least the Clinton years, back when you could only watch it on C-SPAN, and I still like watching some of the C-SPAN red carpet coverage where you get fun facts like this one.
It wasn't until 1962, at the prodding of Helen Thomas, that women were allowed to attend this dinner.
And of course one of the best parts of the C-SPAN coverage can be those moments of unintended awkwardness, like when the about-to-be 8-time divorced Larry King arrived here.
There's Larry King. Not sure who the woman is. I don't know, is that his wife, Sean?
Now, I don't know who that woman was either, but the two men with Larry King look a lot like Seth MacFarlane of Family Guy and Jeff Probst of Survivor, but in any case, the main events of the evening are always, of course, the president trying to act like a stand-up comedian and some stand-up comedian trying to tell political jokes about people he's in front of, both of which tend to create a kind of dramatic tension that was actually the subject of my most popular video with over 4 million views in the last 3 years, but this year I thought President Barack Obama did a good job holding up his part of the evening, mixing self-deprecation with jibes at his opponents and jokes like these.
It's been quite a year since I've spoken here last. Lots of ups, lots of downs, except for my approval ratings, which have just gone down. But that's politics. It doesn't bother me. Besides, I happen to know that my approval ratings are still very high in the country of my birth. So,
I also thought President Obama did a good job giving Jay Leno, the night stand-up comedian, the permission by example to take on the president by taking on Jay Leno with a couple well-placed jokes that you can see here.
though I am glad that the only person whose ratings fell more than mine last year is here tonight. Great to see you, Jay. I'm also glad that I'm speaking first, because we've all seen what happens when somebody takes the time slot after Leno's.
But even though President Obama left things wide open for Jay Leno to really respond by speaking truth to power, Leno's jokes about Obama were really pretty tame, with one of the few really critical jokes coming near the beginning of his routine here.
I can see the White House press corps very excited tonight. This is about as close to White House press conference they've had in a year, so this is it. So enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah. I'm not looking over. Is he laughing?
And that nervous "is he laughing" line from Jay Leno was typical of his lack of edge, with the only other joke really critical of the president that I saw being this one.
You know, I have the privilege of meeting President Obama a number of times, and always surprises me to hear critics describe the president as cold and aloof. I have never found him that way. He loves to socialize, healthcare, car companies, things of that nature.
And the thing was, I just didn't think Jay Leno was that funny up there, and I don't dislike Jay Leno, though I have to admit I'm a David Letterman fan, but a lot of the time was spent on some kind of lame video clips, with maybe Jay Leno's best joke of his routine being his reaction to his favorite recent news here.
That was my favorite story. Republicans and a lesbian bondage club. It's ironic. Republicans don't want lesbians getting married, but they do like to watch them tie the knot. So I thought that was interesting. I did think that was interesting.
I like that joke, but coming into that room and making a joke about the lesbian bondage club doesn't take a lot of courage, and honestly, not speaking the real comedic truths when invited to such a real center of power is a major missed opportunity for a comedian, and Jay Leno certainly came nowhere near reaching the gold standard of Stephen Colbert's amazing performance during the Bush administration, which is why I think for future correspondence dinners during the Obama presidency, the association should really raise the bar by getting some edgier, more conservative stand-up comedians, like maybe Drew Carey or Glenn Beck. But I want to know what you think. What do you think of the performances of President Obama and Jay Leno at the 2010 White House Correspondents Dinner? And as the Obama presidency continues, Who do you think would be the best comedian to create the most memorable correspondence dinners in the future?
I YouTube, you decide.